Before you dive deeper into the mystery of creation, let me tell you something that might shock you. The Bible holds a secret most people overlook. Two different creation stories, and both have been hiding in plain sight for centuries. But why? Why would the Bible contain two accounts of creation? Is there a hidden reason we've missed? Or has something been carefully tucked away, waiting to be discovered? Now here's the real kicker. What if I told you that these two creation stories are not contradictory, but rather they are meant to reveal something deeper about God's relationship with the world and with you? Yes, you. Because these stories aren't just ancient myths, they are alive, speaking to us today. In this video, we're about to unlock a truth so powerful that it could change the way you see the world around you. You'll discover the real meaning behind these creation accounts and why both were kept in the Bible. From the cosmic greatness of God to the intimate relationship he shares with humanity, you're about to understand something that will reshape everything you thought you knew about Genesis. So, why is it that the universe is created first in one account, and man is formed from the dust in the other? What's the hidden truth beneath these differences? Is it possible that one creation story represents God's power and the other, his love? Keep watching, because the revelation will hit you hard. And trust me, this isn't just some ancient tale. This is you being called into a deeper understanding of your relationship with God. Are you ready to have your mind blown? Let's begin. Why does God create the universe first and man second? Picture the universe, vast and endless, filled with stars so brilliant they could blind your eyes with their sheer magnificence. In Genesis 1, God doesn't just create. He speaks everything into being, each step unfolding with purpose and precision. From nothing, he brings forth light day and night, the earth, the sky, the seas. Each command rings with divine authority. Let there be, and with a single word, the foundations of creation are set in motion. The cosmos is ordered with breathtaking majesty, like a grand symphony orchestrated by the Creator himself. But why? Why would a God so powerful and so omnipotent choose to begin with the universe instead of his ultimate creation, mankind? Because the universe is his canvas. It is the stage upon which the story of humanity is to be told. Imagine standing before a work of art, every stroke intentional, each color a declaration of God's limitless power. The universe, in all its vastness, is a testament to his greatness. It reveals the immeasurable scope of his design. Everything, from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy, declares his glory. But it also sets the stage for the most intimate part of his creation, man, formed from the dust of the earth, breathing life into the soul with a personal touch. The world is his masterpiece, and in Genesis chapter 1, he establishes it so that we, his most cherished creation, can step into the masterpiece, marvel at it, and discover our place within it. This cosmic order points to something far beyond what we can grasp. It's not just about the stars or the planets or the beauty of creation. It's about purpose. Every day, every hour of creation reflects a divine plan. When God spoke into existence the light, the land, the oceans, and the animals, he was laying the groundwork for something greater, something personal, something that would show his love for us in ways we could never fully understand. By the time he creates humanity, the world is ready to welcome us, an intricate design prepared by the Creator himself. The vastness of the universe and the beauty of the earth were always meant to point to us, to humanity, as the crown of creation, but not just to stand apart from it. No, we were made to be part of it, to steward it, to protect it, and to recognize that the very hands that crafted the stars were the same ones that shaped us. Understanding the intimate creation of man in Genesis 2. Now, let's shift the lens. Genesis 2 takes us on a journey deeper, where we meet God not as the cosmic creator, but as the intimate Father. In this account, God doesn't speak the earth into being. He forms man from the dust of the earth, bending low to shape him with his own hands. It's personal. It's close. It's a revelation of God's deepest desire, to be near, to not just create, but to connect. Imagine this. God, creator of the universe, forms man, then breathes life into his nostrils. With that breath, humanity becomes something different. More than just dust, more than just earth, we are infused with the divine. Our very first breath was from God himself. Can you imagine that moment? The weight of it? The intimacy? God, in his infinite power, draws near to us in a way that we can hardly understand, filling our lungs with life and setting us apart from everything else he had created. But it doesn't stop there. God sees that it's not good for man to be alone. In his profound wisdom, he creates a companion for Adam, a helper, someone to walk beside him, to complete the work of creation together. This companion is not an afterthought. She, too, is crafted with the same care, the same precision, the same love. The woman is a reflection of God's own nature, a partner, a helper, someone who complements the man in a way that brings the divine story into perfect harmony. And this is where the story touches us today. God designed humanity for relationship. It's in our nature to be connected, first to him and then to each other. In the very beginning, God laid the groundwork for the most important aspects of our existence: love, companionship, and intimacy. We were never meant to be alone. We were made to share life, to walk in the garden with God, to experience the beauty of his creation together. This intimate act of creation wasn't just about the physical forming of man. It was about relationship. It was about God reaching out and saying, "I want you close. I want to be with you." This is a reflection of who God is. The creator of the vast universe, the one who hung the stars in the sky, is also the God who breathes life into our lungs. The one who ordered the cosmos also longs to walk with us in the cool of the day, to speak with us, to connect with us. And here's where it gets even more profound. God's love is not distant. He is not the creator who sets the world in motion and then steps back. No, he is the Father who shapes, who molds, who breathes life into his children. The intimate act of creation in Genesis 2 shows us that God doesn't just create for the sake of creating. He creates because he loves, and he loves with a personal, unbreakable love. So, when you reflect on these two accounts, the cosmic and the intimate, what do you see? A God who is both majestic and close, a God who is both powerful beyond measure and tender in his care. In Genesis, we find not just the story of the world's creation, but the story of love. God's love for his creation is deep, personal, and unwavering. And that same love is offered to you, not as a distant concept, but as a living, breathing reality. The same God who created the stars, who gave life to the earth, is the same God who longs to be close to you, to walk with you, to breathe his life into yours. That, my friend, is the most powerful message of creation. So, as you reflect on these two creation stories, ask yourself, how do you see God? As a distant creator of the cosmos, or as a father who has breathed life into your soul? The truth is, he is both, and he is calling you into a deeper relationship with him, one where you can feel his presence, his love, and his life flowing through you every single day. And just like the first breath, he is waiting to breathe new life into you. Don't miss it. Contradictions between the two creation accounts. Imagine this. You open the Bible, expecting clarity, expecting a smooth, continuous story. But what you find instead is something that seems Off. Two creation accounts, two stories, different orders, different methods. The first one presents a God who speaks and the universe responds, perfectly ordered, powerful, and fast. But then you turn the page, and in the second account, things slow down. The Creator bends down, forming man from dust, breathing life into him. He doesn't just speak the earth into being, he touches it, he breathes life into it. These differences might leave you thinking, wait a minute, which is it? Isn't the Bible supposed to be consistent? Isn't God unchanging? So why would these two creation stories appear to contradict each other? Here's the shocking truth. It's not a contradiction, it's a divine strategy. It's as if God is showing us his infinite layers. He isn't just the creator of the cosmos. He is the intimate Father who shapes us with his own hands. These two creation accounts don't fight against each other. They complement each other, revealing the fullness of God's nature. They present a dual aspect of God, one as the majestic ruler of the universe and the other as the tender, loving Father who desires a relationship with his children. In the first account, you witness the greatness of God. He speaks, and the heavens and earth obey. His power is undeniable. He is the creator of the cosmos, and he is in control of every detail. But in Genesis 2, you see another side of God. Here, he is personal. He isn't just giving commands. He's bending down, touching the earth, shaping humanity with his own hands. He breathes life into us. This is the intimacy of creation, God's care, his love, his desire for closeness with humanity. And guess what? These differences aren't mistakes. They aren't contradictions. They are part of God's divine plan. God wants you to understand that he is both powerful and near, majestic and intimate. This tension is what makes the creation story so profound. Without both accounts, we'd miss the full picture of who God is. As you reflect on this, ask yourself, what does it mean that God is both the creator of the universe and the one who breathes life into me? What does it mean for your relationship with him? You see, these two accounts speak to us today. They show us the big picture, that God created the world in power, but he also created us to experience his love. The history and sources, the documentary hypothesis. Here's where things get even more fascinating. You've heard the stories. You know Genesis 1 and Genesis 2. But do you know how they ended up in the Bible? How did these two accounts come together, preserved for generations? Well, there's something incredibly powerful at play here. The documentary hypothesis. This theory suggests that the first 5 books of the Bible were not written by a single author, but rather compiled from different sources, each with its own unique perspective. The creation stories in Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 are believed to come from 2 separate traditions, the priestly P source and the Yahwist J source. The priestly tradition emphasizes order, structure, and ritual. It's the one that's concerned with God as the majestic creator, speaking everything into existence with divine authority. And this is the account we see in Genesis chapter 1. The Yahwist tradition, on the other hand, focuses on relationship. It portrays God as more intimate and involved, especially with humanity. This is the Genesis 2 account, where God forms man from dust and breathes life into him. These 2 sources, with their differing emphases, were eventually woven together to form the rich tapestry we have in our Bible today. But there's even more to this story. During the exile, when the Israelites were living in Babylon, there was a strong push to preserve their identity and their sacred texts. It's during this period that these separate traditions were compiled and edited into the version of Genesis we have today. The editors wanted to keep both accounts because they complement each other, reflecting different aspects of God's character and purpose. And here's the thing. This compilation wasn't just about preserving old stories. It was about preserving a message. A message that God is both the creator and the intimate father, that he is both majestic and close. The exile shaped the way these stories were passed down, emphasizing God's faithfulness through every generation, no matter how hard the times got. So, the next time you read Genesis 1 and Genesis 2, remember that these stories didn't just happen. They were preserved for a reason. The two accounts were brought together to remind us that no matter where we are, whether in a garden or in a foreign land or in our darkest hour, God is both the creator of the universe and the one who walks beside us. Conclusion. The powerful message of two creation stories. These two creation stories are not contradictions, but rather a divine design that shows us the full breadth of God's love and power. One reveals God's omnipotence and majesty, while the other reveals his tenderness and nearness. Together they provide a complete picture of who God is and his desire for relationship with humanity. As you reflect on these stories, remember this. God didn't just create the world in a single moment. He breathed life into it, and he continues to breathe life into you. Every day, he calls you to walk with him, whether you're gazing at the stars or kneeling in the quiet of your room. The same creator who formed the cosmos is the one who desires to be close to you. That is the incredible power and love woven into the story of creation. And here's the challenge. How will you respond to this creator? Will you stand in awe of his power, or will you allow his love to draw you into a deeper, more intimate relationship with him? The answer to that question changes everything. Retaining both accounts. Complementarity of the biblical editors. You've just discovered something profound, something you might not have expected. Two creation accounts, each distinct, yet together revealing the deeper nature of God. The question is, why did the biblical editors decide to keep both accounts? Could it be that they understood something we've overlooked? What if these accounts weren't meant to contradict, but rather to complement each other in ways we've never fully grasped? Imagine holding two different pieces of a puzzle. They don't quite fit together at first glance. You might even wonder if they belong to the same picture. But when you pause, take a step back, and see them for what they truly are, you realize they complete each other, revealing the whole picture. That's what Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 are. One story shows us the grandeur of God's power. The other shows us his deep love and personal care. Together, they reveal a complete understanding of God, all-powerful yet intimately close. The editors, working under the guidance of the Holy Spirit, preserved both accounts for a reason. They knew that God's nature isn't confined to a single story or a single perspective. God is not just the ruler of the universe, he is also the Father who desires to be near. Both Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 show us these truths, but in different ways. One reveals God's cosmic role as the creator, the other, his intimate relationship with humanity. Imagine God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, who could have simply made everything with a word, but chose instead to form man from the dust, breathe life into him. And then, in the second story, the Creator doesn't simply say, "Let there be," but instead walks with Adam in the garden. He speaks directly to him, forming a relationship that is unlike any other in the universe. This is the tenderness of God that Genesis 2 shows us. This is intimacy. But Genesis 1, with its order, its rhythm, its grandeur, is equally essential. It shows us that God is not bound by time, space, or circumstance. He is above it all, the creator of everything, holding the universe in his hands. His words shape the world, his commands form the stars, He is the majestic ruler who speaks galaxies into existence, showing his divine control over all things. Now, why keep both accounts? Because we need both to understand who God is. If we only had Genesis 1, we might understand God's power, but we might miss his nearness. If we only had Genesis 2, we might focus on the intimacy, but forget the vastness of the Creator. These two stories show us both sides of God. They give us a fuller picture, a picture that is both awe-inspiring and comforting, a picture of a God who is above it all, yet with us always. Think about the moments in your life when you felt both the overwhelming power of God and the intimate touch of his love. Perhaps you've seen the beauty of creation and marveled at how something so grand could be crafted by a loving hand. Or perhaps you've felt God's presence in the quiet moments, when he speaks directly to your heart, reminding you that he is near. Those moments aren't separate, they're intertwined. And Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 reflect that same union of power and love. This is the beauty of the Bible, the divine harmony of seemingly contrasting ideas. God is not just one thing. He is both the creator of the cosmos and the intimate Father who breathes life into us. He is both majestic and close, and he wants us to understand that in every moment of our lives. So why do the editors preserve these two accounts? They understood that the world needs this picture of God, a God who is immense, but also a God who is personal. The majesty of Genesis 1 and the tenderness of Genesis 2 show us that God is both all-powerful and deeply loving, and both are essential to understanding our relationship with him. And the story doesn't end with creation. It continues in our lives today. God, who created the heavens and the earth, is the same God who is with us in our daily lives. His love is not distant. His power is not abstract. He is here. He is with you. And both the cosmic and intimate nature of God are alive in your life right now. The creator of everything is calling you into a deeper relationship with him. He's not just watching from a distance. He's here, breathing life into you, walking with you through every moment. So the next time you find yourself wondering about the creation story, remember, Genesis 1 and Genesis 2 aren't just separate stories. They are a divine unity that speaks to us today. God's greatness is reflected in the stars and the earth, and his love is reflected in his intimate care for us. Hold both truths close to your heart, because God is both the creator of the cosmos and the Father who loves you deeply. There's something deeply powerful about how the Bible brings two creation stories side by side, two accounts of how the world began, each with its own unique perspective. It's easy to get lost in the differences at first, to wonder why God would reveal two stories instead of one. But as you pause and reflect on what these stories tell us, the message becomes impossible to ignore. God is not just a distant, omnipotent creator who set the world in motion and walked away. No, he's so much more than that. He is near. He is personal. He is the creator who speaks into existence the vast cosmos. But he's also the one who bends low, shaping humanity with his very hands. He is both distant and near, transcendent and intimate, all at once. And these two creation stories show us both sides of God's nature. The first story reveals a God of unimaginable power, the one who simply speaks and the universe responds. Stars are born, oceans are formed, and everything is set into place by a single word. This creator stands over the universe, his will shaping the cosmos, bringing order out of chaos. His voice echoes across the vastness of the heavens. It's a majestic, awe-inspiring picture, isn't it? This is the God of Genesis 1. This is the God of the cosmos. And yet, the second story, the one where God forms man from dust, breathes life into him, and places him in a garden to live in communion with him, This story tells us something equally profound. Here, God doesn't just speak, he touches, he forms, he breathes. This is the God who is not just far away in his heavenly throne, but the God who comes near to his creation, the God who desires a relationship with the beings he made. This is the God of Genesis 2, the God of intimacy, of connection, of love. When you hold both of these stories together, you see the full picture of God. He is both the creator of the universe and the Father who wants to be near to his children. He is the one who spoke the stars into being and who breathed life into the first human. And that same God is here, now with you. In your life, right in this moment, he is both near and far. His power is unmatched, yet his love is so personal, so real, so present. It's incredible to think that the creator of everything, the one who formed the stars, the oceans, and the mountains, would choose to be close to you. He didn't just create the world and walk away. He is intimately involved in your life. He knows your struggles, your pains, your joys. He's there in every moment, waiting for you to draw near to him, just as he drew near to Adam in the garden. In the same way, God's creation story in Genesis is not just an ancient tale, it's alive, it's relevant, it's a message to you today. You were made for intimacy with God, not just to be a distant servant, but to be his child, walking beside him, working with him, living with him. That's what the two creation stories teach us. God made the world with purpose, and he made you with purpose. You were made to know him, to experience his love, to walk with him through the highs and the lows of life. Think about that. You were made for relationship with the Creator. Your life is not an accident. You weren't just randomly formed by chance. God knew you before the foundations of the world, and he has been drawing you close ever since. In every moment, he is inviting you into a deeper relationship, not because he needs you, but because he loves you. And here's something that might just blow your mind. Even in the moments when you feel most alone, most broken, God is still near. In the moments when you feel far from him, he's still right there beside you, just waiting for you to reach out. The same God who breathed life into the first man is still breathing life into you today. He's still speaking, still creating, still inviting you to experience his love, his grace, his presence. But how often do we take that for granted? How often do we get so wrapped up in the chaos of our lives that we forget the Creator is here with us? How often do we forget that God is both the God of the universe and the God who wants to walk beside us, to hold our hand through the struggles, to celebrate with us in the victories? If you're watching this right now and you're feeling a sense of emptiness, if you're feeling lost, just know this: you are not alone. You are loved beyond measure by the one who created the stars. His love for you is deeper than you can ever imagine. And just like in Genesis, when God breathed life into the first human, he is still breathing life into you, right now. And here's the beautiful thing: God is inviting you to experience his love on a deeper level, to experience the intimacy he desires with you. He is calling you into a relationship that is not just about rituals or religion. It's about connection. It's about walking with God, talking with him, experiencing his presence in your life every single day. That's the invitation. If you feel that pull in your heart, if something deep inside of you is yearning for that connection, don't ignore it. Respond. Draw near to him. Talk to him. Let him breathe new life into your soul. You might not have all the answers, but you don't need to. All you need to do is take that first step, and he will meet you exactly where you are. And if this video has touched your heart today, if it has helped you find that connection with God, or if it's helped you see him in a new light, I encourage you to share it. Share it with someone who needs to hear this message. Share it with someone who feels alone, who feels lost, who needs to know that the Creator of the universe is near to them and that they are loved. And if you feel that this content brings value to your life, helps you find light in the darkness, helps you discover the love of God in a deeper way, consider supporting this channel. Every little bit of support helps me to continue creating these videos, sharing God's word and spreading His love. Your support, no matter how small, makes a huge difference in the work I'm doing here, and for that, I want to thank you from the depths of my heart. Remember this: you were made by the Creator of the universe. You are loved beyond measure, and you are not alone. God is with you,